Okay, shout out kay Ma'am Jackie Lou Javier. Hello po, Ma'am Grace. Okay. So, shout out sa inyong lahat. Thank you for watching. So, ayan, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. Maestra Bicolana TLE Tambayan for more drills. Okay, so paki-subscribe po ako. Shout out sa inyong lahat. Okay, once again, I will introduce to you the Grace method. Ayan, nakikita po. Okay, again and again, I will introduce the Grace method of LET examination. Okay, Grace method, LET review strategies. All right. So here, letter G is gather core concept. Ibig sabihin, as a LET taker this incoming March 2026 board examination, kailangan po is, ano po ang pinaka-importante? Alam nyo po ang table of specification ng bawat majorship nyo, mapa prop ed, mapa majorship man yan. Kung ano ba yung coverage of examination. So that's letter G. Gather core concept. R is read with purpose. So kailangan pag nagra-review kayo, hindi po basta lang nagbasa. Dapat may plan kayo, dapat may purpose kayo. Letter A naman is answer practice test. Ibig sabihin po niyan, teachers, kailangan nyo po na i-practice o for example, in one day nakaka 100 let question kayo. Okay, everyday. Kasi naiipon naman po yan. Kung everyday natin gagawin ang answer practice test, sabi nga nila, pag araw-araw nyo na hinahasa ang knowledge ninyo, mas mamamaster nyo yung tanungan sa LET examination. Kung baga, ihalin tulad natin saan? Sa lapis. Ang lapis, pag mapurol na, kailangan nating hasain. Ganon din ang knowledge natin, ang isipan natin. Minsan, pumupurol, lalo na kung hindi tayo updated sa mga binabasa natin or sa mga bagong curriculum ngayon sa education. So, kailangan po is ihasain natin ang ating knowledge. Next is check and correct mistake, letter C. C is check and correct mistake. Ibig sabihin po niyan, teachers, if ever nagkaroon kayo ng mali sa board examination, I know, sa review nyo para sa board examination. So, i-evaluate nyo po, mag-cross-check kayo, bakit ako nagkamali dito sa question na to? Alright, so kailangan alam natin. Right? So that's the purpose. Okay po? Next, enhance retention. So are you familiar with repetition method? So pag hindi natin maunawaan ng isang bagay, kailangan ulit-ulitin natin hanggang sa maunawaan natin. Sabi nga nila, practice makes perfect. Repetition is the best method, especially if you are a short-term memory. Ayan. So that's the Grace method of LET review strategies. Okay po. So now, medyo baka magkanda paos-paos na naman ako, guys. Kaya kailangan ko ng mouthpiece. Kasi mamaya baka mawala na naman ako ng boses. Okay. So, ayan, i-charge muna natin ang ating mahiwagang laptop at baka mamaya malobat, nasa gitna tayo ng discussion, biglang mamatay ang ating laptop. So, kailangan nating i-charge muna, teachers. Ayan. Paki-share na po ako ng ating live discussion ngayon, mga future TLE warriors. Paki-share po ng ating live discussion. Ayan. Para sa mga gustong mag-avail po ng LET review, ano na lang po ako, PM personally. Okay? So, ayan, teachers. Kumusta? Okay. So, start na tayo. Okay, we proceed to this question. All right. Okay po ba? Clear po ba ang ating usapan ngayon? Okay, so nakikita ba? Shout out sa 14 million viewers natin. Okay? Shout out sa inyong lahat. Okay. So, ayan teachers. Okay, so start na tayo. Factors that influence salt penetration except blank. Okay, ang tinatanong teachers is the factors that influence salt penetration except blank. A, is it a fat and protein content? B, thickness of the flesh, purity of salt. C, temperature during salting, and freshness of a fish. Or letter D, it is a carbohydrate. Now, teachers, what is the correct answer here? Is it alpha, beta, Charlie, or delta? So, the question, teachers, ulitin ko po. Factors that influence salt penetration except blank. A, fat and protein content. B, thickness of the flesh, purity of salt. C, temperature during salting and freshness of fish. Or letter D, is it a carbohydrate? So teachers, what is the correct answer? Is it alpha, beta, Charlie, or delta? Okay? Okay, so what is the correct answer here? Ayan. Di ko kasi makita yung sa monitor natin, kaya medyo titingnan ko doon sa aking page. Kasi nga po, ano yung live discussion natin. Wait lang ha. Iaayusin ko lang yung ano natin. Setup. Okay. So, titingnan natin. Okay, shout out sa viewers natin. Shout out kay Ma'am Mitz Tanzo, Ma'am Jacquilo Javier, and kay Ma'am Jamela Reyes. Okay, shout out to you, ma'am. Okay, so since iisa-isahin po natin ito, teachers, na i-discuss. Sabi ng iba, is it Ma'am Grace letter D. Ayan, sabi ng iba is letter D. Okay, letter D. Okay, tama po ba kaya ang letter D? So, i-check natin, teachers. Alright. Okay, so letter A is the fat and content. Okay, what is the purpose of fat and content? Bakit po mali sa letter A? Ayan, add one out method ang gagawin natin, teachers. Okay? So, ayan, teachers, wrong si letter A. Okay? Ulitin ko, mali si letter A. Kasi nga po, ang A is the influence of salt penetration. Okay? Influence po siya. So, ibig sabihin po, ang fat slow down salt penetration because salt does not easily pass through fatty tissue. So, ibig sabihin po, teachers, the protein content also affects how salt is absorbed and bind with the flesh. So, therefore, the letter A is the valid factors of influence of salt penetration. Kasi ang hinanap natin, teachers, is except. So, ano ba yung naiiba? Except. Right. So, next na tatanggalin natin, teachers, is, okay, so, anong susunod natin tatanggalin? Letter B. Okay, very good. Letter B is wrong answer again. Ma'am Grace, bakit po mali si letter B? Bakit po? Bakit po nagiging mali si letter B? Kasi nga po, teachers, pag sinabi natin thickness of the flesh, purity of salt, it is the second influence salt penetration. So, that means, pag thicker flesh po, pag mas lalong thick, ibig sabihin, it takes longer for salt penetrates compare for the thinner cats. So, pag sinabi natin, teacher, purity, the purity of salt also a matter because it is pure salt dissolved more efficiently. So they allowing better and faster penetration. So that's why letter B is wrong. Kasi ang hinahanap natin is except. Ano bang naiiba dito sa apat na choices, right? So now we have two choices. It is temperature during salting and freshness of fish, or letter D, carbohydrates. So teachers, the correct answer here is letter D, carbohydrates. Siya lang po ang naiiba dito. So, si letter C, ito po yung pangtatlo, isa rin po siya sa factors that influence salt penetration. Okay? So, that's why wrong si letter C. Like I said, ang hinahanap natin, may word na except. Okay po? So, clear na po yan. Mag-ingat-ingat kayo sa mga word na except. Sa not. Okay? Isa yan sa mga patibong sa word examination. Okay. So, pag sinabi kasi natin teachers na carbohydrates, yan. Carbohydrates, they are present in very small amount of fish. So, ibig sabihin, it does not significant affect how salt penetrate the flesh of the salt penetration. Okay? So, that's why carbohydrates po ang naiiba. So, si temperature during salting naman and freshness of fish, ibig sabihin po, meron siyang higher temperature speed up salt diffusion. Okay? Mataas ang speed of diffusion niya. Si temperature during salting and freshness. So, that's the explanation of that. So, aside of that, pag mas mataas, meron din siya ang lower temperature slow it down. So, ibig sabihin, yung fresher fish has better tissue structure, allowing salt to penetrate more evenly. Okay, so that is the valid factor. So, letter D is wrong answer since ang hinahanap natin is may word na except. Okay? Shout out kay Sir Randy Lebanon, Jamela Reyes, Jackie Lou Javier, and also kay Ma'am Althea Marie Espinosa Nas. Alright, ma'am. Thank you for watching. Okay, so palitan natin yung kulay ng ating ng red. Okay. Which of the following is not? Okay, teachers. Meron na naman tayong nakitang na. Ayan. Which of the following is not a chemical composition of salt? Again, which of the following is not a chemical composition of salt? A, magnesium or calcium chloride. B, carbonates. C, sulfide. D, copper. Again, I will repeat the question. Future LPTs, raise your flag. Which of the following is not a chemical composition? Hindi daw chemical composition of salt. Ano sa apat na choices? Is it a magnesium or calcium chloride? Is it a carbonate? Is it a sulfide? Is it a copper? Shout out kay Sir Marbs Yario. Okay, shout out sa iyo, Sir. Okay, so teachers, shout out kay Ma'am Nalfa Itagon. Shout out sa lahat. Happy New Year, everyone. It is January 1, 2026. Simulan nyo lang mag-review. Malay nyo, isa sa mga mag-top notcher sa LET examination is TLE Major. Raise your flag. Okay? So, teachers, tingnan natin kung tama ang sagot ng karamihan. Okay, add one out method ulit ang gagawin natin. Okay po? Add one out method ang gagawin natin. Okay, so may not na naman kayong nakikita, teachers. May not na naman. Okay, pag sinabi natin carbonates, ano ba ang carbonates? Tanggalin natin si carbonates kasi po isa siya sa chemical composition. Okay, pag sinabi natin teachers na carbonates, okay, ang carbonates po is a part of the chemical composition of the salt. Ano nga po ulit si carbonates? It is the part of chemical composition of the salt. It means the carbonates, meron po siyang calciums. Okay, pasok po si calcium carbonate dyan. It may be presented as a minor component. Ano nga po ulit si carbonates? It is the minor components or impurities in natural salt. Ibig sabihin, they can affect the color and also the clarity of salt. So that's why letter B is the part of chemical composition. Next is sulfide. Okay, sulfide naman, teachers, wrong. Pag sinabi kasi nating sulfide, nasa salt na po ito. O ulitin ko, ano nga si sulfide? Nasa salt na ito. Okay? Nasa salt na. Ibig sabihin, it can be presented in a salt. Okay? So, sulfide or sulfur, it containing a compounds may occur what? A trace amount. Again, ulitin ko, it may occur what? A trace amount in some natural salt, especially to obtain from a mineral deposit. Okay, meron po siya mineral deposit. Okay, basta mineral deposit yan. Okay, so we have two choices. Choose the best. Is it a magnesium or calcium chloride? Or is it a copper? Okay, anong sagot? Teachers, magnesium or calcium chloride is a part of chemical composition of a salt. Isa rin po siyang part ng chemical composition of a salt. So, okay? So, pag sinabi nating magnesium or calcium chloride, it is the natural salt. Ano nga po ulit? It is a natural salt, especially sea salt. O, yung mga sea salt na galing sa dagat. It contains a small amount of magnesium. O, yung asin sa dagat, meron po siyang amount or a little bit or small amount of magnesium chloride and calcium chloride. Okay? So, it means meron siyang impurities. That's why magnesium or calcium chlorides, they have a minerals that affects the taste and also they have rustic moisture by absorbing by the property of salt. So, makikita nyo ang asin ay napakaalat. Kasi anong meron sa asin? They have a magnesium or calcium chloride. Kaya maalat ang asin. Meron din po siyang mineral component. So, ang hindi po kasama sa chemical composition of salt is the copper. Ma'am Grace, what is the purpose of copper? Copper is not a chemical position or composition of salt. Copper, it is a metal. Okay, ano nga si copper? Isa siyang metal. Okay. Metal po siya, hindi po siya composition of asin. Metal, it is not normal component for salt. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang contamination possible, but it is not considered a part of chemical composition of a salt. Okay, so the correct answer is copper. Okay, next question. Ayan. The presence of the chemical in salt. Okay, by the way, teachers, it is more on itong discussion natin, itong first part, nasa part po siya ng fishery. Okay? The presence of this chemical in salt encourage the development of rancidity, particularly in fatty fish, which can result to an unsightly yellowish or brownish color and finished product. Again, the question is, the presence of the chemical and a salt encourage the development of rancidity, particularly in a fatty fish, which can result to unsightly yellowish or brownish color and finished product. Okay, teachers. A, is it an iron and copper? B, rust. C, zinc and copper. D, manganese and iron. Anong meron? Bakit nagkakaroon ng result na yellowish or brownish na color pagdating sa finished product? Anong meron doon? Okay, so that's the chemical and salt that college daw encourages the development of rancidity. Okay, lalo na sa mga fatty fish. Okay, shout out kay Ma'am Jamela. Okay, sabi ng iba, it's letter B, rust. Okay, are you sure? Is it rust is the correct answer? Anong meron? Is it rust? The presence of this chemical and salt encourage the development of rancidity, particularly in fatty fish, which can result to unsightly yellowish or brownish color in a finished product. In a finished product, teachers, finished product. Anong result niya? Okay, unang tanggalin natin si manganese. Okay? Manganese is incorrect. Wrong answers. Okay. Pag sinabi natin teachers na manganese and iron can promote oxidation. Anong pinopromote ni iron? Anong pinopromote ni iron? Oxidation. Oxidation. Bahala na kayong umintindi ng sulat ko, ha? Oxidation. Okay? Pero si manganese naman, si mangga, ayan. Si manganese, meron po siyang has a little to not effect on a fat oxidation in a fish product. Why? Because this component is what? Manganese and iron is wrong answer because hindi sila bagay. Okay, itong combination ni manganese and iron, hindi sila tugma. Okay. Ngayon, tanggalin natin si letter B. Pag sinabing rust, ano si rust? Rust is an iron. Ito yung tinutukoy nating iron oxide. Okay? Iron oxide po siya. So, ibig sabihin, it is the form from the corrosion. Nabuo siya from corrosion of iron. Okay? So, it is not a chemical. Hindi po siya chemical. Kaya mali siya. Okay? Kasi, di ba? The presence of this chemical and salt encourage the development of rancidity, particularly in fatty fish. Okay. Now, teachers, like I said kanina, rust is an iron oxide from the corrosion of an iron. Okay? It is not a chemical intentionally present in a salt. Rust, it can indicate the iron contamination. Okay? It is the rust, it can indicate the iron contamination. So, it does not identify the specific chemical group component. Okay? Hindi po siya responsible po dito because the rancidity is a salted of fish. So, that's why letter D is wrong. Now, pag-isipan nyo po ng mabuti. Dati, sa letter D, hindi sila tugma, hindi sila bagay. Hindi sila bagay. Ngayon, isipin mo kung sinong ka-partner ni iron. Diba? At 1 out tayo, nag-isip tayo. Diba sabi ko kanina, si iron, nagpo-promote ng oxidation. Tama po ba? Pero si manganese, it has a little to not effect on a fat oxidation. hindi nag-e-epekto si manganese for a fat oxidation. It means, pasok si iron. Diba? So ngayon, sinong partner ni iron? Ang partner ni iron is the copper. Okay, sila ang bagay. Sila ang nagre-result ng yellowish or brownish color and finished product. Kasi po, si letter C. Bakit mali si letter C? Ulitin natin. Ma'am Grace, bakit naging mali si letter C? Diba? Sabi ko, letter C, copper promotes oxidation. Ulitin ko. Si copper nagpo-promote ng oxidation. Si iron nagpo-promote ng oxidation. Kaya silang dalawa bagay. Okay? Okay. Copper promotes oxidation but zinc does not significantly contribute for rancidity in a fatty fish. So therefore, the pair, silang dalawa, si zinc and copper, hindi po sila ang pinaka-main cause of discoloration and rancidity. Okay, hindi sila yung pinaka-main cause. Okay, so anong naging cause? Si iron and copper. Iron and copper are pro-oxidant. Okay, silang dalawa is pro-oxidant. Okay. Pro-oxidant po sila. Okay. So, ibig sabihin po ng pro-oxidant, teachers, pro-oxidants, it means they have a presence in salt that accelerate a fat oxidation, especially in a fatty fish. So, pag sinabi natin teachers na oxidation, it can leads the rancidity and causes the finished product to develop undesirable yellowish or brownish discoloration. So, that's why letter A is the correct answer. Again, what is the correct answer? Alpha. Shout out kay Ma'am Alexa Jane Lagubay Banluta. Shout out sa iyo, Ma'am. Thank you for watching. Next question. Blanc are hygroscopic. Again, the question is, blanc are hygroscopic and at a high relative humidity can cause weakness of the salt. Blanc are hygroscopic and at high relative humidity can cause weakness of the salt. Okay, teachers? Si Madisan? Okay, so A is the carbonates, B is the calcium and magnesium chloride, C, magnesium sulfate, or letter D, is it a copper? At tapadi. Bebu. Okay, pagpasensya niya, Bebu. Okay, so now, what is the correct answer? Pasensyahan niyo na yung aso, maingay. Okay, so anong sagot? Sabi ni Sir Mars, C, go for C. C is for Christ. Okay, don't forget to follow, like, and share na Esther Bicolana Tialit Tambayan. Okay, kung gusto nyo po na mag-send ng star, meron naman kayong pa-Gcash star na dyan, pwede naman po. Okay, it is not compulsory naman. Yung mga gusto lang namang makatulong sa simpleng pre-live discussion natin, sa simpleng pag-sendin nyo ng star dyan, malaking bagay na yan para pambayad saan? sa internet connection. Okay, so ngayon, what is the correct answer, teachers? Since it is hygroscopic, high relative in humidity, are you sure it is letter B or C? Magnesium sulfate. Okay, teachers. Add one up method ulit ang gagawin natin. Unang tatanggalin natin dito, since ang tinatanong is a hygroscopic and a high relative humidity can cause weakness. Nagkakos siya ng ano? Ng weakness of the salt. Oh, so, natunaw yung salt. Natunaw ba? Okay, so, copper is the wrong answer, right? Bakit? Pag sinabi natin teachers na copper, it is a metal. So, that's why it does not absorb a moisture from the air. So, it has no hygroscopic. Walang hygroscopic si copper. Okay? Walang hygroscopic si copper, teachers. Okay, uulitin ko. Copper is a metal and does not absorb moisture from the air. It has no hygroscopic property. So that's why it since walang hygroscopic si copper, hindi siya magkakos ng weakness of salt. Okay? Ayan, kaya mali si copper. Maliwanag po ba, teachers? Nagigets po ba? Next na tatanggalin natin is carbonates. Carbonates is wrong. Kasi si carbonates are not hygroscopic. Since si carbonates, hindi siya hygroscopic, hindi rin siya magkakos ng weakness of the salt. Okay po ba? Because carbonates are not hygroscopic, they do not readily absorb. Hindi siya nag-a-absorb ng moisture from the air. Okay? Kaya hindi po siya cause ng weakness of salt. Okay? Next, we have two choices. Is that a calcium and magnesium chloride or magnesium sulfate? Teachers, are you sure with letter C? Teachers, the answer is letter B. Calcium and magnesium chloride. Bakit po? Ano ba si magnesium sulfate? Okay, ulitin natin. Si magnesium sulfate po, teachers, makinig, has limited. Nakalimit lang po si magnesium sulfate. Limited. Hygroscopic. Hygroscopic. Okay? So, magnesium sulfate, it is hygroscopic sulfate. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating magnesium, it is a limited hygroscopic properties compared to a calcium and magnesium chloride. So, that's why, hindi po siya yung pinaka-main cause ng weakness of the salt. Okay? So, the answer is letter B. Ma'am Grace, bakit calcium and magnesium chloride is the correct answer? Si calcium and magnesium chloride po, sila po ang may pinakamataas na hygroscopic. Okay, so ibig sabihin, they can easily absorb more moisture from the air. So that's why yung high relative humidity, it causes salt become damp or wet. So, kaya po, ang tamang sagot dito is letter B. Okay? Letter B is correct answer kasi nga po si magnesium sulfate, they have a limited hygroscopic. Okay? The answer is beta. Next, high concentration of this in salted fish must be avoided. Again, the question is, ang high concentrated of this in salted fish must be avoided to prevent development of blanc. A. Bacteria and viruses. B. Bitterness and brittleness. C. Spoilage and rancidity. D. Molds and bacteria. Again, the question is, if the high concentration of salted fish must be avoided to prevent development of blanc. A. Bacteria. B. Viruses. C. Spoilage and rancidity. Or letter D. Molds and bacteria. So what is the correct answer? Again, ulitin ko teachers, walang masama kung magkamali kayo dito sa left discussion natin. Ang importante na i-correct natin yung mga pagkakamali natin. Kaya nga tayo nagre-review para ma-enhance ang knowledge natin. Okay? So, pwede nyo pong erasure yung bawat question kung bakit kayo nagkamali. Okay? If you are, meticuloso, pwede nyong i-search kung ano ba talaga yung tamang sagot. Okay. So, anong hinahanap natin is the high concentration. Right? High concentration of this insalted fish must be avoided to prevent development of blank. Okay, bacteria and viruses is wrong answer. Why? Incorrect po si bacteria. Bakit po? Pag sinabi natin high salted concentration, yung actual inhibits po nito, the growth of most bacteria and viruses. So that's why, anong purpose ng salt? Salt is used as preservative. Tama po ba? Ang salt ginagamit natin as preservative. So, ibig sabihin, hindi po si bacteria and viruses nagpo-promote for this microorganism. Again, i-analyze nyo ng maayos yung question. Ang tanong, high concentration of this in salted fish must be avoided to prevent development of blank. Oh, di ba ang salt? Salt is a type of preservative. Okay, so that's why si salt, hindi po siya nagpo-promote o it does not promote this microorganism, bacteria. Right? Mali si letter A. Next, natanggalin natin molds and bacteria. Letter D. Ano naman si molds? Diba, pag nasa high level o high salt level, so ibig sabihin, it can generally suppress the mold. Okay? Nagsusuppress siya sa mold. Okay, and bacteria. So, nagkakaroon na growth rather than they encourage them. Therefore, molds and bacteria is wrong answer. Okay? So, ayan. Kung titingnan nyo, si A and B, it's same. Ang pagkakaiba lang nila, yung isa naging molds. Okay po? So, we have two. Bitterness and brittleness. Spoilage and rancidity. Ano nga ulit si rancidity? Teachers, from the word rancidity. Kakadiscuss ko lang ito kanina. Okay. Prevent development of. Prevent. Must be avoided. To prevent, para ma-prevent natin. Di ba nga sabi nila, prevention is better than cure? Oh. Spoilage and rancidity ba ang tamang sagot? Teachers, pag sinabi nating spoilage and rancidity, it caused usually by microbial activity. Di ba? Pag sinabi nating rancidity, it caused fat oxidation. Fat oxidation. Oh. Like I said kanina, rancidity is the fat oxidation. Hindi po siya high mineral concentration in a salted fish. So now, the answer is letter B. Bitterness and brittleness. Why? Si letter B po, teachers. Letter B is correct answer, ha? Explain ko to sa inyo. Letter B is the correct answer. Why? Pag sinabing bitterness and brittleness, they have a excessive concentration of a certain minerals. Anong meron sa bitterness and brittleness? Meron po siyang calcium and magnesium sa salt. So, ibig sabihin, yung salted fish can cause undesirable sensory defects. Nagkakaroon sila ng undesirable or sensory defects. So that's why this include a bitter taste and brittle or tough texture in the finished product. Tama po ba? Sige, lagyan nyo ng asin yung yung isda. Tikman ninyo. Anong result? Diba? Oh. So, the high concentration of the salted fish must be avoided to prevent develop of bitterness and brittleness. So, that's why beta is the correct answer. Okay, shout out kay Ma'am Jenna Rose Benavente Higando. Okay, clear? Next question. Which of the following can cause electric shock? O, ito naman. Ano ba nagkakos ng electric shock? Current and power, current and voltage, voltage and power, A, voltage and resistance. Again, which of the following can cause electric shock? A, current and power, B, current and voltage, C, voltage and power, D, voltage and resistance. Now, what is the correct answer, teachers? Is that alpha, beta, Charlie, or delta? Ayan. O, parang pag-ibig lang yan. Anong nag-cause pag nagkaroon ng kuryente sa pagitan yung dalawa? Meron bang current and power na namuo? O, kung sa pag-ibig may namuong pagmamahalan, kaya nakuryente sila sa isa't isa. Charis, na-relate ko na naman sa love. Okay. So, anong sagot? Ayan. Shout out kay Ma'am Jackie. Rizal Ann Ibanez, shout out sa iyo, Ma'am. Thank you for watching. Jamel Reyes, thank you for watching. Jenny Rose, thank you for watching. Okay, ang unang tatanggalin natin dito is si alpha, current and power. Mali po si current and power. Kasi po si current and power is the result of the voltage and current. O, ito yung yung formula niya is E is equals to voltage 1. So, ibig sabihin, yung power, teachers, power alone does not directly cause electric shock. Because electric shock po, it occurs when the voltage derive current through the body. Okay, so that's why mali si letter A. Okay, so next, C, wrong answer. Voltage and power. Pag sinabi nating voltage and power, it does not cause electric shock unless, may unless ako hindi magkukos ng voltage and power ang voltage unless it produce current. Unless it produce current. Ibig sabihin, the power is only measure of energy used in measure of energy used in direct cause of electric shock. So that's why letter C is wrong answers. Okay. So now we proceed to question. Okay. We proceed to B and D. Ayan. So what is the correct answer? Is it beta? Is it delta? Okay, teachers, the answer is, okay, anong sagot? The answer is B. Current and voltage ang mag-focus niyan. Letter D is the wrong answer. Ma'am Grace, bakit po mali si letter D? Ma'am Grace. Kasi po, pag sinabi nating voltage and resistance, nag-a-affect lang po siya how much current flows. But, yung electric shock, nakadepende po sa presence of current derived from a voltage, not resistance alone. So that's why letter D is wrong. The answer is beta, current and voltage. Kasi po teachers, pag voltage, di ba, pag sinabi natin voltage, provides the force. Meron siyang force na sinasabi. Force that pushes electric current. Okay. And the current naman is what actually flows through the body. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng electric shock. So, it happened when the nagkakaroon ng sufficient voltage causes current to pass through a person body. So, that's why letter B is the correct answer. Nagkaroon ng electric shock. Okay, next question. It is a process. Again, it is a process of either enlarging, okay? Either enlarging or reducing full-size drawing of an object. A. Sectioning. B. Blueprinting. C. Planning. Or letter D. Scaling. So, teachers, what is the correct answer? The question is the process of either enlarging or reducing full-size drawing of an object. A. Sectioning. B. Blueprinting. C. Planning. D. Scaling. Excuse me. So, teachers, what is the answer? What is the answer? Okay, teachers. The answer is, ano kaya? Add one out method muna tayo, teachers. Mag-add one out method muna tayo bago tayo hahanap ng tamang sagot. Okay. Sectioning is wrong answer. Unang tanggalin natin sa sectioning. Ma'am Grace, what is the purpose of sectioning? Okay. Sectioning is the process of cutting. Ano nga sa sectioning? It is the process of cutting. O, alam nyo naman ang cutting. O, basta cutting yan. Okay, again, ulitin ko. Sectioning is the process of cutting or showing of an object. Ibig sabihin, it were sliced to reveal internal part. Okay? It does not involve for changing size of a drawing. Hindi po siya involved doon. Next is blueprinting. Blueprinting is wrong. Bakit? Pag sinabi nating blueprinting, it is a method of reproducing a technical drawing. Ito yung nire-reproduce natin for what? Technical drawing. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, it copies a drawing at the same size, not enlarging. Hindi po para palakihin or i-reduce yung size of a drawing of an object. So that's why blueprinting is wrong. So we have two choices, either Charlie or Delta. Kung papansinin nyo, ang layo ni planning sa pinaka-main question. Ang sinasabi sa pinaka-main question is enlarging or reducing full size of drawing tapos magpa-plan ka lang. Okay? So anong purpose? Anong tamang sagot? The answer is scaling. Okay? Scaling is the correct answer. Planning is wrong answer. Okay. Ma'am Grace, bakit mali si planning? Bakit mali si planning? Planning, it refers to organizing or preparing a design or project. Hindi po siya related for the changing a size of a drawing of an object. So, sa planning pa lang, mag-iisip ka na, ano bang design ang gusto ko? Diba? So, that's the planning. Pag sinabi nating scaling, ito yung scaling is the process of enlarging or reducing full size of drawing of an object. So, they maintaining the correct proportion. Doon pa lang sa scaling, mini-maintain na natin yung correct proportion. So, letter D is correct answer. Next. Conditioning. Ito. Conditioning the nutritional problems in our country. Because of poverty, what dishes would you recommend? Again, conditioning the nutritional problems in our country because of poverty, what dishes would you recommend? A. Steamed eggplant and bagoong. Anong maire-recommend daw natin? At because of poverty, maraming malnourished sa bansang Pilipinas. Anong pagkain ang i-recommend natin? Or anong dishes ang pwede nating i-recommend? Okay. A. Steamed eggplant and bagoong. B. Pinakbet, eggplant, okra, saluyot, leaves. C. Fresh lumpia. D. Sauté monggo with dilis and ampalaya. Hala, maraming magkakamali sa question na to. Hala. Ano kaya sagot? Conditioning the nutritional problem in our country because of poverty, what dishes would you recommend? A. Steam, eggplant, and bagoong. B. Pinakbet, eggplant, or okra saluyot leaves. C. Fresh lumpia. D. Sauté monggo with dilis and ampalaya. Nako po, pag nilagyan natin ng lechon dito, wala nang sustansya. Ang mangyayari, lahat tayo ma-high blood kung may lechon. Sa bagay, bagong taon, alam ko maraming naghanda ng lechon. Okay. So, ayan. Anong ma-recommend natin, teachers? Okay. You have 1 minute to think before you answer. Pag-isipan nyo ng mabuti. I-analyze nyo ng mabuti yung question. Okay. Ano ba ang sagot? Okay, teacher, isa-isahin natin. Kung titingnan ninyo, si fresh lumpia, ligwak agad. Tanggalin natin si fresh lumpia. Bakit mali si fresh lumpia? Si fresh lumpia naman, nagko-contain siya ng vegetables. But, minimal po siya for protein. Because they include sauces high in sugar, fats, making it less ideal for addressing nutritional deficiency, especially sa mga malnourished na bata. Okay, hindi po siya. Kulang po sa protina ang fresh lumpia. Ngayon, si letter A naman, steam, eggplant, and bagoong. Bakit mali po si letter A? A po, si eggplant, nagpo-provide naman po siya ng fiber. Anong meron kay eggplant? The word fiber. Merong fiber si eggplant, teachers. Pero, the dish is limited. Nakalimit lang po siya, teachers. Ibig sabihin, yung protina, kulang. Nakalimit lang. So, ibig sabihin, it is essential nutrients. Bagoong naman, hindi siya po pwede. Kasi sa bagoong, it is a high salt po. Meron siyang high salt content. O baka magka-UTI pa yung mga bata doon sa bagoong. Okay, so it does not sufficient address a nutritional deficiencies. Ikino-consider natin yan. Okay, ang sagot is letter D. Ayan. Ma'am Grace, bakit mali si pinakbet, eggplant, okra, saluyot, leaves? Masustansya naman si saluyot leaves, si okra, si pinakbet. Okay. Bakit mali si letter B? Erasure natin, bakit mali si beta? Kasi teachers, pag sinabing pinakbet, eggplant, okra, saluyot, ang pinakbet, it is rich in vegetables and vitamins. But, it lacks adequate protein. Wala siyang masyadong protina. So, we need to improve the nutritional deficiencies of the people, right? Especially maraming malnourished dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, which students, ang protina po is very important. Okay? We need to address the nutritional problem related to the poverty. So, tandaan nyo po, kulang sa protina, si pinakbet, si eggplant, si okra, saka si leaves. Pero, rich of vitamins pagdating sa sa vegetables. Okay. So, D is the correct answer. So, saute, munggo with delish and ampalaya. So, pag sinabing saute, this dish is highly nutritious and affordable. Ibig sabihin, hindi rin siya sa budget, mabigat, magaan sa budget natin, di ba? Ang munggo teachers, they provides plants-based protein. Okay? Ano nga si munggo? Marami siyang protina. Okay, protein. Importanteng protein sa katawan natin. Teachers. Ang dilis naman, or small fish, okay, ang dilis naman in the small fish, they supply what? Animal protein and calcium. O ang di ba? Bakit Ma'am Grace ginawa mong animal protein? Ang fish, it is a type of animals. Right? Okay. So, animal protein and calcium, meron naman siya. Si ampalaya, it contributes a vitamins and minerals. O, meron siyang mineral, si ampalaya. Kumbaga, ito talaga kompleto. So, they can address the nutritional problem that caused by the poverty. Okay? Complete protein, meron ang isda. Correct. So, ayan. Ang ampalaya may mineral, ang munggo may mineral. Ang dilis naman, meron siyang protein, animals, and calcium. So, that's why, ang pinaka-importante ipakain natin sa mga malnourished na, bata, cause of the poverty, is saute, munggo with dilis, and ampalaya. Okay, kumain tayo ng kumain ito para lagi tayong healthy. Okay, hindi tayo may stroke, hindi tayo ma-high blood. Lalo na ngayon, nag-Pasko, nag-New Year, hindi tayo fasting. Puro tayo kain. Okay, next. Kumusta yung, sinunod nyo ba yung sabi ni DTI na 500 peso Noche Buena Challenge? Okay. Sa akin, hindi nasunod eh. Siyam kami sa bahay, hindi kami 4. Okay, so next question. Electrical charge moves easily through fat cold conductors. Okay? So yung electrical charge daw nag-move easily through the fat cold conductors. So the ability of a conductor to permit current flow is designated as A. Electrical pressure, B. Resistance, C. Conductance, or letter D. Applied current. Again, the question is, electrical charge move easily through fat cold conductors. So the ability of conductors to permit current flow is designated as A. Electrical pressure, B. Resistance, C. Conductance, D. Applied current. Okay, di talaga kasya ang 500 Noche Buena Challenge. Pwede naman kung tipid kayo, yung quality of food talaga na hinahanap nyo, di mo masabi kung titipirin natin. Yung macaroni salad naman, nakasama na doon, talagang matabang siya. Kung quality lang naman ang food ang hahanapin nyo, kulang na kulang ang 500 pesos. Pero doon talaga sa mga nagugutom, pwede na yun. Okay. So, di ba? Bakit di ko alam kung ano nangyayari dito sa Pilipinas. My God. Okay, ang dami-daming problema, di masolusyonan ng maayos, di ba? Okay. So, anong sagot? Is it C? Oh boy, very good. The correct answer is conductance. From the word conductors. Teachers. Letter C is the correct answer. Electrical pressure, resistance, applied current is wrong. Why? Pag sinabi nating electrical pressure, it's referring for a voltage, which is the force that pushes electric charges, teachers, through a conductor. So that's why it does not describe how easily a material allows current to flow. So that's why electric pressure is wrong. So pag sinabi natin teachers naman na resistance, okay, when we are talking about the resistance, it is the opposition. Ano nga po ulit? It is the opposition. Opposition to the flow of electric current. So, pag mataas ang resistance niya, it means yung current does not flow easily because it is the opposite of what question described. Okay, mali sa resistance. Applied current naman, the small amount of electricity, current flowing in a circuit, not the property of material that allows current to pass easily. So the correct answer is the conductance. Conductance is the ability of a conductors to permit the flow of the current. It is the inverse of, kumbaga, ito yung inverse resistance and directly measure how easily current flows through material. So that's why letter C is correct answer. Next question. There are numerous kinds of saw. When sawing along the grain of the wood, you need a blank. Anong kailangan natin? My keyword teachers, it is along the grain. So, anong types of saw ang gagamitin natin? Is that a back saw? Is that a cross-cut saw? Is that a rep saw? Or is that a circular saw? Okay, teachers, what is the correct answer? Okay, anong sagot? Okay, sabi ni Sir James, yung 500 ma'am, kulang pa yan sa kilo ng sili. Ang taas. Okay. So, anong sagot? Thank you for watching. Pa-share po ng ating live discussion, lalo na sa mga silent viewers natin ngayon na nakikinig sa ating live discussion. So, teachers, pag sinabing along the grain, across the grain, along the grain, the answer is ripsaw. Pag across the grain ang hinahanap, you answer cross-cut saw. Okay, so along the grain, the answer is ripsaw. Okay, very good. Si backsaw, si cross-cut saw, circular saw is wrong answer. Okay, ulitin ko, backsaw. Saan natin ginagamit si backsaw? Backsaw is used for fine, precise cut. Okay, it often to use for across the grain such as joinery work. Okay, so hindi po siya naka-design for cutting along the grain. Si backsaw. Si cross-cut saw naman, naka-design siya for the cut across the grain of the wood. So, ang tip, yung ngipin po ni cross-cut saw are shaped for tinatawag nating server wood fiber, not to split them along the grain. Kaya mali po si cross-cut saw. Pag sinabi naman nating circular, it is incorrect again because it's a power tool. Yung tinatawag nating circular saw, it is a power tool that cut wood in a various direction depending on the blade used. Okay, so hindi po siya specific a hand saw intended for sawing along the grain. So the answer is letter C, ripsaw. Si ripsaw po is designed for cutting along the grain of the wood. So that's why the teeth act like a small chisels that split the wood fibers, making it ideal for its purpose. So the answer is letter C. Next question. There is considerable number. Again, there is considerable number of wood joints. The simplest and easiest to make is blank. A. Dado joint. B. Lap joint. C. Butt joint. D. Meter joint. So teachers, the question is, there is a considerable number of wood joints. The simplest and easiest to make is blank. A. Dado joint. B. Lap joint. C. Butt joint. D. Meter joint. So what is the correct answer, teachers? Okay. Shout out kay Ma'am Jackie Lou and Sir James. You got the correct answers. So if you know the answer, paki-comment na lang po sa comment section. Ayan, anong sagot? Anong sagot? Okay. Okay? The answer is, anong sagot? Add one out method tayo, teachers. Dado join. Ano ba si dado? Dado join. Dado join is wrong answer kasi gamitin natin sa add one out method. Pag sinabi teachers na dado join, it involves cutting. Okay? It involves cutting a groove in one piece of wood so that they have another piece fits into it. So, ibig sabihin, it is more on strength than a bat joint, but it requires a precise cutting, making it complex. Kaya mali si dado joint. Pag sinabi natin, teachers, na lap joint, ano ba si lap joint? Lap joint, it requires overlapping. Kumbaga, ito yung naka-overlap siya, nakaganyan. Lap joint, overlapping siya. So, ibig sabihin, they have two pieces of wood. Okay, it often to remove some materials to fit them together. So, it is stronger than a bat joint, but more difficult to make it. Right? So, pag sinabing simplest, the answer is letter C, bat joint. Meter joint is wrong answer. Okay? Si meter joint po kasi, teachers, it is made by cutting the ends of two pieces. Okay? So, meron po siyang 45-degree angle. Naka 45 degree angle po siya. Si meter joint. Ginagamit ito saan? Sa mga picture frame. Teachers, 45-degree angle to form a corner. So, it is more complicated to make accurate. So, the answer is bat joint. Bat joint is the simplest wood. Siya yung pinakamadali. It is made by simply joining the ends of edges, joined by ends to ends of two pieces of woods together, usually with the nails, screw or glue. It requires minimal skills and tools. So the answer is Charlie. Next question. Si Jonar daw nagsaute sa meat in the pan. There are some brown bits left on the bottom of the pan. While the pan was still on the stove, he added some white wine. Nag-add siya ng white wine and in-scrape niya po the bottom of the pan. What do you call the techniques just used? Teacher, future Tilly warriors, ayan. Jonar has to take some meat in the pan. There are some brown bits left on the bottom of the pan while the pan was still on the stove. He added some white wine and scraped the bottom of the pan. What do you call the techniques be used? A. Cleaning. B. Deglazing. C. Fat. D. Mineral. Okay, teachers? Add one out method. Anong sagot? Okay, anong isasagot ninyo? Ayan. Okay. So, letter A, B, C, or D. So, teachers, tatanggalin natin agad si letter D. Kasi add one out method ang ginagamit natin, di ba? Okay, pag sinabi nating minerals, saan siya matatagpuan? Nutrients found in food. Natatagpuan ito sa pagkain. So, hindi po siya related for the cooking techniques na hinahanap natin. Mali si mineral. Same with fats. So, si fats is wrong answer because fats is referring to a oil. Ano pa? Grease. Ito yung mga ginagamit natin use for cooking. Alam niyo na si fats. Okay. So, si fats, hindi po siya techniques. So, si cleaning naman, wrong po siya, teachers. Cleaning referring for washing washing the, alam niyo na, removing dirt from a surface of kitchen. So, hindi po siya nagdi-describe for the process of lifting brownies from a pan. So, cleaning is wrong answer. So, the correct answer is letter B, deglazing or deglazing. Depende sa pronounce nyo. Deglazing is a cooking technique where a liquid such as wine, stock, or water is added to a hot pan na tinatawag natin para malusen and madissolve yung mga brown bits found in from sauteing meat or vegetables. So, ito po si deglazing, it is the form of cooking techniques such as, kumbaga gusto nyo magkaroon ng magandang texture or base for sauces and add rich flavor. So the answer is B. Next one. What kind of alphabet line is this? O anong nakikita nyo ba to? Itong alphabet line na to. A, is that a cutting plain line? B, is it a section line? C, dimension line? Or letter D, extension line? So, i-observe nyo lang maayos. Anong types or kind of alphabet line is this? Matatawag ba nating section line, dimension line, extension line, or cutting line? Okay, shoutout sa mga viewers natin ngayon. Thank you for watching. Ayan. So, what is the correct answer, teachers? Add one out method. Add one out method na naman ang gagawin ni Ma'am Grace. Unang tatanggalin, extension line. Mali si extension line. Teachers, lagi ko itong inaulit-ulit pagdating sa technical drafting. Pag sinabing extension line, extended. Okay? Extend. From the word extension. Right? So, extension line, extend from the edge of an object of the dimension line. So, sa extension line, nakakatulong po ito to indicate the exact part of the object is being measured. So, hindi po siya nag-i-indicate to cut. Okay? Hindi siya nag-i-indicate to cut. Okay? So, mali si letter D. So, pag sinabi naman nating section line, teachers, ulitin natin. From the word section line, teachers, it is the hatch line. The section line, ginagamit natin inside the cut area of sectional drawing to show the surface that has been cut. Ibig sabihin, they are different from cutting plane lines. So, that's why letter B is wrong. So, we have two choices. Is it Alpha or Charlie? So, ano ba ang sagot based on this image or pictures? Teachers, the answer is, the answer is letter A. Mali po si dimension line. Si dimension line are used to show the measurement of an object. Ginagamit natin si dimension line para makita natin yung measurement of an object. So, they are typically thin lines. Meron siyang arrowheads at both ends and numbers. Maliwanag po, teachers. Okay. So, nag-i-indicate din ng size si dimension. So, the correct answer is cutting line. Alpha is the correct answer. So, si cutting plane line po is used for technical drawing. Ginagamit natin ito for technical drawing to indicate where the object is to cut. Okay? So, pinapakita po dito sa image na to, it show the tinatawag nating interior view or cross-section. Okay? Tinatawag itong cross-section. Okay? Ibig sabihin, it is usually represented by a thick line. Nakikita nyo naman, thick line. Thick line long. Thick line long. Okay, and short dashes. Kung makikita nyo, ito yung mga short dashes niya, itong dalawang to. So, ibig sabihin, meron siyang arrow heads at the ends. So, cutting plain line po ang image na yan. Okay? So, the answer is alpha. Next, when you intend to disassemble, ito naman. When you intend to disassemble the product later or need to obtain a strong joint, using a blank is recommended. Anong gagamitin mong screw pag magdi-disassemble ka ng strong joint? A. Cork screw. B. Wood screw. C. Metal screw. D. Plastic screw. Teacher, madaling alamin ang tamang sagot dito. Strong joint. Using a blank is recommended. Tanggalin natin si corkscrew kasi si corkscrew ginagamit yan sa wine. Alam niyo naman si corkscrew. Right? Si corkscrew, teachers, para malaman nyo, it is a tool to remove corks from a bottle. So, sa bote ito, sa mga wine glass. Okay? Sa mga wine glass. Okay? So, mali si letter A. Okay. So, it is not fastener, cannot be used for disassemble a strong wood joint. Okay. So, next is, ano pa? Metal screw. Metal screw is wrong. Teachers, ang mga joints, strong joint, it is made of wood, carpentry. Walang magsasagot ng metal dyan. Metal screw is wrong. Metal screw are designed primarily. Nakadesign po siya for joining metal part. Okay, using them, a wood may not provide a strong or proper fit. Hindi po siya proper fit and could damage to the wood. So, since teachers, kumbaga, wala kasing Ma'am Grace, wala kasing naka-indicate dyan kung wood, kung metal, or plastic. Walang naka-indicate sa question. Pero, i-internalize nyo. Gamitin niyo yung metacognitive skills ninyo. Saan ba related ang joint, ang strong joint? Diba sa wood? From the word strong joint. Diba sa wood dyan? Nakasink in, pag pinag-uusapan is different types of joint, automatic, it is a carpentry sa industrial arts. Okay, ulitin ko. Metal screw is correct. It is designed primarily for joining metals. Okay, naka-design ito pag mag-joining kayo saan? Sa metals. Okay, so use them on wood may not provide a strong or proper fit and could damage of the wood. Okay, next is plastic screw. Plastic screw is weak. Baka masira lang to na future TLE warriors. Okay, compared to a wood screw and generally used for a light-duty application. Hindi po siya nagre-recommend for the strong joint. So the answer is wood screw. Okay, pag sinabi natin teachers na wood screw, it is designed for joining or join pieces of wood securely while allowing or disassembly if needed. So, meron tayong tinatawag na 3D design, provides a strong hold that can be removed and reused without damaging the materials of the wood. So, the answer is B. Okay, next question. To make sure that the hammer strike the nail and not your fingers. Again, the question is to make sure that the hammer strikes the nail and not your fingers, and that the hammer blows will drive the nail squarely into the work you should. A. Stand in an 90 degrees position and hit the nail with the hammer. B. Grabs the nail near its head and the hammer near the end of the handle. C. Place a piece of a scrap material beside the nail, or letter D. Call an expert to do it for you. So, teachers, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe Maestra Bicolana TL Tambayan for more drills and video. Ayan, pa-share po sa ating Facebook page. Okay, what is the correct answer? Since ang tinatanong ay, para maging sure daw that the hammer strike the nail and not your fingers. Para hindi mapokpok yung kamay ninyo. Okay, so anong gagawin natin? So, the answer is, teachers, ang sagot dito is letter B. Okay? So, grabs the nail, it's hidden in the hammer near the end of the handle pieces. B is the correct answer. Very good. So, next. Usually used in cabinet or furniture making such as nara, excuse me.
Gayun natin sa fireworks.
Okay. Excuse me, sorry for the interruption. Usually used in cabinet or furniture, making such as nara, mulabe, yakal, and etc. A hardwood, A is hardwood, B is softwood, C sapwood, or D heartwood. So, ito na yung ginagamit natin para sa cabinet or furniture. So, anong gagamit? Like nara, mulabe, or yakan. So, hardwood ba? Softwood, sapwood, or hardwood? So, what is the answer? Okay? Okay, shout out kay Ma'am Mitz Tanso. Okay? Okay, so what is the answer? The answer is letter A. Very good. A is the correct answer. Hardwood po ang ginagamit for the cabinet or furniture. Okay? Hardwood. Okay, very good, teachers. So, hardwood is the correct answer. It came from deciduous trees. Okay? Dami siya for deciduous. Okay, deciduous trees. Okay, alam nyo na yan. Deciduous trees. So, ibig sabihin, meron siyang strong and durable woods like nara, mulabe, and jakal. So, siya po yung ginagamit for making a cabinet and furniture. So, si softwood naman po kasi teachers, it is made of conifers. Na nga po, let's see, softwood, it is conifers or coniferous trees. Ito yung mga example niya, mga pine or spruce trees. So, lighter, less dense, and more damage. So, hindi po pwede for cabinet si softwood. Si softwood naman is the outer younger part of the trees. Ano nga po si softwood? Outer younger part of the trees transport with water. So, that's why it is softer and less durable than the hardwood. Si hardwood, teachers, it is the inner older part of the tree. So, ibig sabihin, it is the stronger than a softwood. While nara, mulabe, and jakal, teachers do have a hardwood that generally a category for the furniture making is the hardwood. Okay, so the answer is letter A. Next. What is the total resistance of a circuit which has two loads consisting of 5 ohms and 3 ohms? A, is that A? B, 15. C, 1.875 or D, 0.875. Okay, teachers, anong formula nito? Kung natatandaan ninyo, anong formula? Okay? So, kung titignan natin ang question dito, hinahanap niya or tinatanong niya yung total resistance of two resistors, right? Na naka-parallel. So, ano ang formula ng resistors in parallel. So, ano ba ang formula ng resistors in parallel? Okay, so wag kakalimutan ha. Ang pinaka-formula niya is 1 divided by R. So, si R, it is the total. So, 1 is equals to R1 plus 1 divided by R2. Since dalawa ang hinahanap natin. Okay? So, ngayon, i-identify na natin yung values ng R1 and R2. So, si R1 is equals to 5 ohms. Okay. Si R2 naman, meron siyang 3 ohms. Okay, 3 ohms na lang, ganyan. Okay. So, ngayon, i-apply na natin yung formula. So, 1 is equals to R. Okay? 1 divided by 5 plus 1 divided by 3. Okay. So, yan yung formula. Ito, 5 ito. Okay. Ngayon, i-convert natin yung common denominator. At yung common denominator, the 5 is the 3. So, ang gagawin natin, kung i-convert natin to common denominator, 1 is equals to 5. Right? So, ngayon, teachers, 1 divided by 5 is equals to 0.2. Right? So, si 1 naman divided by 3 is equals to 0.33. Okay. So, ngayon, ipag-add natin 0.2 plus 0.33. The answer is 0.533. Ngayon, anong gagawin natin? Next step, since nakuha na natin 0.533, anong gagawin natin? So, ang RT or total is equals to 1 divided by 0.533. So, the answer is, ano sagot? 1.875 ohms. So, the answer is letter C. Okay? So, ayan. Next. Next is this question. It is the degree of weakness or slump of the correct mix. It is the degree of weakness or slump of the correct mix. A. Plasticity. B. Mobility. C. Hardness. D. Consistency. What is the correct answer, teacher? Weakness or slump of the correct mix. So, what is the correct answer? Okay, the answer is consistency. Okay, D is the correct answer, teachers. Mali po si plasticity, mobility, and the hardness. Plasticity, it is referring to ability of materials. Okay? Naka-ability po siya for materials. Materials. So, alam niyo na. Okay. So, ibig sabihin ng plasticity, they provide a clay or concrete to be molded or shaped without a cracking. So, hindi po siya nag-specify for the degree of weakness or slump concrete mix. Pag sinabi naman nating mobility, teachers, it is referring how easily concrete can flow or transported. So, it can be influenced by consistency rather than being direct measure of the weakness. So, si hardness naman, it is the measure of how solid or resistant that concrete is after than, kumbaga na-set natin. So, hindi po siya tamang sagot. Consistency is the correct answer because it is the degree of witness or slumped, okay, of concrete mix. So, ibig sabihin, consistency, they indicate how workable the concrete is measured by a test like slump test. So, a proper consistency future TLE warriors, they can ensure that the concrete can be properly placed or compacted. So, D is the correct answer. Next one. Okay, next question. It is a semi-liquid substance accumulated at the bottom of the septic tank. Okay, ang pinag-uusapan natin, teachers, is the bottom of the septic tank. Okay, is it a sludge, scum, residue, or the garbage? Okay, teachers, anong sagot? Anong sagot? Ayan. Residue na to, teachers. Residue. Okay? The answer is very good. Sludge. Letter A. Okay. Scum, residue, garbage is wrong. Si scum po is floating layer. Okay? Floating layer siya. Oh, floating layer. On a top of a septic tank consisting of grease, oil, and lighter solid. So, it is not a substance at the bottom. Ang hinahanap natin is the bottom. Pag sinabi naman teachers na residue, it is generally term for leftovers. Leftovers. O leftover materials. But it does not specifically referring for a semi-liquid materials na nakalagay saan? Bottom of the septic tank. Si garbage naman, teachers, solid waste. O, alam nyo na yan, solid waste or refuse. Okay, ito yung tinatawag natin. Hindi siya nagdi-describe for the semi-liquid substance accumulated at the bottom of the septic tank. So, the answer is sludge. Ang sludge po is the semi-liquid substance that's at the bottom of the septic tank. Okay, it requires a periodic removal to maintain the tank efficiency. So, teachers, okay, so the answer is letter A. Very good. Okay, teachers, alis na po ako. Ako ba yung papaalam na teachers? Ayan. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Happy New Year! Okay, this March 2026 board examination. Type mo na po yung name nyo. LPT, this May 2026 board examination. Ang result po ng exam sa mga magtitake ng March is May 2026. So, teachers, if you want to join our drills na mag-start na po this first week of January, Saturday and Sunday. So, PM na lang po kayo. May payment po yan. So, PM na lang po kayo sa akin if you want to join. Okay? So, that's all, teachers. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.